So when we're talking about polynomials, there are certain operations of polynomials that you can do. For instance, you can add, subtract, multiply, and divide polynomials. In this video, we're going to be looking specifically at adding and subtracting polynomials, as well as multiplication of polynomials. Most of this stuff you've probably already done, but it's a good refresher. So if we're adding and subtracting polynomials, so let's say that I have 3x cubed minus 12x squared plus 10x cubed minus 6x plus 4. All right, so what you're doing when you're actually adding these polynomials, and the reason why there are parentheses here is because you want to determine what is your specific polynomial. Sorry, having troubles with my words this morning. So I'm going to look for like terms. What like terms have the same variable with the same exponent? So notice I underlined the x cubed in green because those are like terms. Now, I don't have any other x squareds, and I don't have any other x's or constants. So I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. So I have to go through and do 3x cubed plus that 10x cubed. So 3x cubed plus 10x cubed gives me that 13x cubed. And when I do this, I want to make sure that I do this in standard form, which means that my exponents go from the highest exponent down to the lowest. So the x squared would be next, so minus 12x squared minus 6x plus 4. This right here is my addition of polynomials. Now, if you're subtracting, a lot of people get confused with this. We'll just do a quick one here. So 6x to the third plus 12x squared minus 10x cubed minus 5x squared. All right, so we're just doing a quick one here. So notice I've got the x cubes are the same, and then I've got the x squareds as the same. So we've got 6x cubed minus that 10x cubed, which would give us a negative 4x cubed. Now working with the blue, 12x squared minus negative 5x squared. So that actually is addition because it's 12 minus a negative. So I've got 12 plus 5, which gives me 17x squared. So be careful when you're subtracting. A lot of people just look at the sign that's in front of each term and they forget about the actual subtraction in the middle of your polynomials. Now, let's talk about some multiplication. Multiplication is really just based off of your distribution property. With this, there are two different methods. You could do the distribution or you could do the box method. I'll show you both. You determine which one is suited for your needs. So let's say that I've got 4x minus 3 times 2x plus 5. So with distribution, you are distributing each term. Okay, so it would be, wasn't ready for the green. Distribution, and then we've got the box method. So there are two different methods. We'll go with the distribution first. Personally, the box method just keeps everything organized. I will distribute generally throughout the rest of this unit. So we've got 4x squared times 2x, which would give us 8x squared. Then we will go 4x times 5 to give us 20x. Now I got to distribute the negative 3, so negative 3 times 2x would give me minus 6x. Negative 3 times a positive 5 would give me that minus 15. So I actually have like terms here, so I'm not actually done. If you notice, I've got that 20x and that negative 6x that I can combine for a final answer of 8x squared plus 14x minus 15. Final answer. Now, with the box method, what you're doing is you are creating a box or a row or column for each term. So we've got 4x minus 3 on the top, and then we've got 2x plus 5 that will go vertically. So the 4x gets its own row or own column, negative 3 gets its own column, 2x gets its own row, positive 5 gets its own row. So if you were to have this with 3, if you had 3 terms, you just extended a box, which is fine. So 4x, this is really 4x times 2x, which would give you that 8x squared. And the top right, this is negative 3 times 2x. So notice it's whatever row and column, those are in that box, that's what you're multiplying. So this would be that negative 6x. The bottom left would be 20x. Bottom right would be that negative 15. Then you need to combine your like terms. So notice here, these two are like terms, so I would technically combine those. So I've got 8x squared plus 14x minus 15. Now, if they were to give you a third term, so let's say this is just an extension. So we realistically had, this is our original, what we did on that last example. Well, let's say we had a third term here. So let's say this is 1x minus 2. So what you would do is you would multiply these two first. Then what would you do is you would take the answer from that times that 1x minus 2. So we've already done this. We've already found our answer. Our answer was that 8x squared plus 14x minus 6, I believe, minus 15, ooh, larger than what I thought. And then I would do whatever method I prefer one more time. So I would multiply one more time. Because of time, I'm just going to distribute just to make it a little bit easier. So I've got 8x cubed minus 16x squared plus 14x squared minus 28x minus 15x plus 30. So now I need to go ahead and combine my like terms. If I combine my like terms, I get 8x cubed minus 2x squared minus 43x plus 30. And that right there is my final answer. So that's how we add, subtract, and multiply our polynomials.